What is going on, lads? Welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be talking about the running costs involved with owning my MK6 Zetec S. Now I've just pulled along down some little country lane, just pulled over, so we're going to go run through all the running costs that you would expect to have owning a Zetec S. Now there is a chap who asked for this. I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but I'll throw the comment on screen now. Thank you so much for suggesting this video. I actually did have something else planned for today's video, but I like the idea of that, so I'm going to go with that. Thank you to you. If you do have any other suggestions for videos, make sure to drop them down in the description below. And as always, make sure to like the video and subscribe if you haven't already. So let's just jump straight into it with the first running costs, which is obviously fuel. Now I did touch on this on a previous video. So at the moment I'm getting 36 miles to the gallon. That's pretty good for an old 10-year-old car. Like I said already, 36 miles to the gallon. I usually fill up around £40 per week and a half, and that's me going to work pretty much most days, and going out with my mates, going out with my girlfriend, that sort of stuff. So that's pretty decent, I'd say. And my last car used to fill up a little bit more, and that was just a standard Fiesta, but I did drive more. So it all depends on where you drive, how you drive, all that sort of stuff. But yeah, I'm currently filling up around £40 per week and a half. Sorry, so that's roughly sort of £120 a month. So that's the number one running cost for one of these bad boys, is your fuel. Obviously depending again how you drive. So if you drive heavy on the throttle, then obviously it's going to cost more to run. Now, just moving on from the subject of fuel, obviously the most expensive thing, especially with me being my age I'm 20, that is my insurance for this car. Now I currently pay around £800 with all my mods declared. Now that is not too bad really. I've heard some real horror stories about insurance. So yeah, if you do want to know how I managed to get it so cheap, do comment below and let me know, and I'll be sure to make a video on that as well. But yeah, your main cost is obviously going to be insurance, depending on how old you are and what you currently drive. So if you have good history, I have 3 years no claims, so that's quite a good driving history so far. So that's why my insurance is cheap as well. But then again, if you have got no claims, then you're going to be screwed on insurance. So that is obviously the biggest one really with a car like this. Is your insurance? That's a bit debatable. Sorry, your next one would be your servicing and all that sort of stuff. So I use Shell Helix oil with a K&N oil filter, and I change that regularly. I've also got a K&N air filter in this car, which is washable. I did a video on how to wash that as well, so if you're unsure, do check that out in the description below. But like I said, I regularly change the oil and the oil filter on here. Like I said, I've got the K&N performance oil filter for all those powder games. But no, yeah, it's definitely worth doing. I do it sort of around every 6,000 miles just because I like to. You can pick up the oil for like 30 quid at like Euro car parts. Do not buy it from a Shell garage because they'll charge you like 60 quid. And again, you can order the K&N filter from Euro car parts as well, but that is a special order, so sometimes it does take a day or two, but it's worth the wait rather than just getting your standard one. Sorry if I sound a bit out of breath, by the way. It is bloody freezing today. It's like -1 or something, and I'm just out here chilling by the side of the road. I'm going to get some cool shots. I'm not really sure about this one because you don't have to do it that often, but tyres is definitely a cost to consider as well. Now I've got the Toyo Proxies on the EX8 alloys. For a set of those, if you get them online, they're sort of 200-250 quid, and you've got your fitting on top. So that's not really that bad for tyres. I quite like the tyre as well. It's a good tyre. Definitely better in the dry than the wet, that's for sure. But yeah, as long as you don't go spinning them up everywhere, then you won't really run through them that quickly. I've had these for a good while now, and they're still on about 4 or 5 mils, so that's plenty of tread. And especially you need that sort of tread in this weather when it is a little bit slippery outside and a little bit more dangerous because of the weather. So Tyres, again, I'm not really too sure what else you could include as a running cost, really. Let me know in the comments if there is anything in particular you want to know how much it costs. It's very similar to the standard Fiesta, just because the 1.6 isn't that much bigger than the 1.4 or the 1.2. So depending on what car you've got at the moment, then it won't be that much of a jump. Like I said, the insurance is your main one. But yeah, I think that's probably about it, really. You could probably include this as a running cost, is these bloody seats. I did mention on the video that I hate, the things I hate about this car, is these seat handles literally just do not work, or they break all the time. But my seats are in good condition, so it's cool. But yeah, you might as well include that as a running cost, because you know you're going to be changing that at least once. But yeah, so that I think will do it, lads. So boys, so there we have it. Thank you so much for watching up to this point. And if you do have anything that you are unsure about in terms of running costs, then do drop it in the comments below, and I'll be sure to reply to that as quickly as possible. But as always, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video if you enjoy. Peace.